Alrighty then, everyone. Let's do the last leg of Vermillion Watch 2 Fleshbound. We have wire, one of the two bone cylinders, and a grappling gun, and I have no idea what to do now, but that is a different problemo. Oh. Thank you. Wait, Edgar Price likes... Oh, I thought it... Oh, I guess Edgar likes ravens. I thought it was a reference to Edgar Allan Poe. Isabel Newton, genius, improved on the Tesla coil. A bit more creativity and she'd be unstoppable. Infernal prison warden, almost perfect prison security system, just a tad complicated. Would love to pick his brain. Newest invention, explosive brooches, discreet and appropriate for ladies. Still volatile, fortunately. To remove from the mannequin, start with the one with the most angles and count your way down. Good, I wouldn't want to make a mistake handling explosives. Okay. Ah. If I connect them, the effect will be better. Alright. Sure. No, that is the opposite of where I wanted to go. No. Select the pipes to put the meteor powder and the formula into the receptacle at the bottom. On the way down, the powder has to be melted by the heater and the formula has to be diluted by a solution. Okay. Oh. Okay. I think that doesn't go here. Oh. 3 parts powder, 2 parts formula. Mm-hmm. No, not you. Okay, I need to reset because I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, we can start with that one at least. Okay, we have 2 powder, no formula. Stop! We have 1 formula, 2 powder. Okay, we need this. Yes. There we go. Auction hall. You're gonna believe me just like that? Okay then. Thank goodness, a disaster averted, but I still have to save Edgar. Really? Disaster averted? How? How is anything averted? It's a new disaster.
Thank you for giving me a chance at a new life. I shan't disappoint. And I'd like to thank the Vermillion Watch by offering my services whenever you need them.
Thank you. Are you Edgar Allan Poe? I mean, no, but I'm not sure. Alright. You have completed the bonus chapter. Enjoy the extra content. Alright, let's go. Let's do it. Collectibles. I missed one here. Rented room. Where was that? Oh, here. Okay. Cool. Right, pictures. Concept art. Ooh, this one is cool. I'm not super fan of that one, but that one is also amazing. Wait, the Grim Reaper was supposed to be here? What? Oh, look at the different chairs. Oh, this one is cool. Pictures. How they become the characters from the green screen. This looks amazing. He looks surprised, just like, what am I doing here? What is happening? I have no idea. Why is this my job? Ho ho. And wallpapers. Alright. Music, shots in the fog, a dark adventure, dark secrets on campus, you can't escape the watch, useful odds and ends, electrified life and death, ever vigilant, little grey cells, time haunts us all, skeletons in the closet, the fight for London. Characters. Members. Ernest Hawks. As the leader of the Vermillion Watch, Ernest Hawks was the bane of the London Underground. During the Moorgate Accord years, he kept a low profile, hoping to settle down to a semblance of a normal life. Semblance. Bleh. However, the abrupt breach of the pact threw him back into the spotlight. Foreseeing turbulent times ahead, he ensured the re-emergence of the Watch and recruited his brother's only child as its promising star. Phileas Fogg. Fascinated by travel since childhood, Phileas Fogg performed a legendary feat when he circumnavigated the world in 80 days. Technically 81, but since he passed the date line the right way, so to speak, it like a day disappeared or whatever. His numerous experiences and adventures affected him deeply, making him worldly and resourceful. Blah, cat in my face. Desiring to put his skills to good use, he joined the Watch and has been one of its cornerstones ever since. Where are you gonna be? Where are you? Okay. Are you gonna? There we go. Rufus. Rufus came to London from one of the Empire's more remote colonies. So, like, somewhere in the vicinity of India, maybe? No? I don't know. Sri Lanka or something? He likes the color red. After years of loyal service in the Vermillion Watch, this is the sum total of known information about him. He has no personal documents, family, or shadow, unconfirmed. Well, that's a casual piece of information that he has no shadow. Just, okay. But that seems non-suspicious. He is It is highly suspected that Rufus is not his real name. No. Shit. Isabel Newton, one of the Watch's most valuable members. Isabel Newton is a stellar engineer. Her expertise and ingenious inventions proved crucial in bringing down Irene Adler. Miss Newton showed considerable courage and professionalism in the face of personal turmoil, as the case put her companion Henry Jekyll in mortal peril. Henry Jekyll. Dr. Henry Jekyll's past was particularly turbulent. After a failed experiment which turned him into a violent, volatile beast, he invented an alter ego, Mr. Hyde, spent time in the infernal prison, and desperately sought a cure for his condition. These days, Dr. Jekyll is in the Watch's service as a brilliant scientist. Mariah Shelley. Mariah Shelley has led a trying life. Her aptitude for science was suppressed since childhood, considered unsuitable in an aristocratic girl. Against her family's wishes, she ran away to join a young Dr. Frankenstein in his experiments. She never suspected that she would pay a terrible price for following her heart. Having been rejected by both the world and Frankenstein, she was utterly bereft, until a certain crime-fighting organization gave her another chance. She's also dead. I think that is resurrected, whatever. I think that is an important detail in this, that she's actually dead. Well, she's died once at least. Edgar Price. Edgar Price is something of an enigmatic mystery. His shabby elegance suggests a gentleman fallen on hard times, and his mastery of natural science hints at an expensive education. With his mind perpetually set on his next ingenious invention, his social naivete led to his exploitation by the Red Queen. He has since seen the error of his ways. Associates. Klan Singh. As a wealthy and influential figure moving in the uppermost London circles, Mr. Singh is never far from danger at the hands of those who wish to upset the established order. His inadvertent role as a magnet for criminals made him a personal interest to the Watch. However, Mr. Singh quite enjoys the fact that his emporium is protected by such a powerful organization. The Warden. As the man in charge of the most notorious prison in the country, the Warden has a singularly difficult job. Working with hardened criminals in a grim environment, he must remain unflappable under all circumstances. Apart from his practical nature, the Warden's biggest asset is his access to classified information, an invaluable resource for the Vermillion Watch. Enemies. The Red Queen. After the violent termination of the Moorgate Accord, one person rose to reign over the London underworld, the Red Queen. As an inscrutable criminal mastermind, she has spearheaded some of the most epic and nefarious schemes in recent history, yet keeps her identity utterly concealed. She remains at large. Irene Adler. Irene Adler caused quite a stir when she appeared in London 10 years ago. Elegant, beautiful, and cunning, she charmed her way to the top of the social scene, leaving behind a mountain of broken hearts and, as it eventually transpired, emptied vaults and bank accounts. However, she wasn't satisfied with being a high society thief, desiring a greater ambition, and that's when the Red Queen came to call. Victor Frankenstein. As a country physician in a German village, Victor Frankenstein's beginnings were humble indeed. However, his obsession with immortality drove him to perform increasingly macabre experiments, resulting in the resurrection of his deceased assistant, Mary Shelley. I don't know if disease is the right word. You completely and utterly in cold blood murdered her for your experiments. I don't know if I would call that diseased assistance, since that more like murdered assistant. Driven by ambition and a thirst for glory, he moved to London to become one of the world's greatest scientists. Kurt. Gravekeeper Kurt, or Kurt Small Thug, started out as a petty cutpurse in London's slums. His father wanted him to be a gravedigger like himself, but Kurt interpreted that request differently. He started a gang of grave robbers who became infamous for their elusiveness and efficiency. True to their image, they took over an abandoned cemetery for their headquarters. I didn't realize Kurt was actually a person. Like a person in this game. Whoops. Arsène Lupin. Arsène Lupin is undoubtedly a criminal, having stolen everything from family jewels to a yacht, constantly eluding the police. However, his charm, amiability, and the fact that he only ever robs the wealthy has earned him an army of fans in France. Having dazzled Paris, he traveled to London seeking new thrills, though his exploits were less than successful. Taking his failure on the chin, he parted with the Vermillion watch on neutral terms. Alright. We can play all the hops again and get these percentage things and whatever. Oh, I see. So here I missed morphing. Here I missed the morphing. There I missed the morphing. Oh, I missed like 4. Oh, that's fine. You can play all the mini games again. And got the souvenirs. Oh, okay. Wait, we can watch all the. Well, we can watch all the cutscenes as well here in video. Okay, souvenirs. Here we go. Oh yeah, I was wondering if Maria bought that much perfume because she was literally decaying and didn't want people to smell death. Maybe. I mean, they never actually, you know, explain that. So that's my theory. Oh, 15 souvenirs, alright. Tian. Pa-pam. Aha. I don't know what type of carriage that is. Is that a four-wheeler? Is it a... What is? It's not a Barouche Landau because then it would be open. That much I know. And also having a Barouche Landau. Well, having a carriage, being able to have a carriage at all means you're rich. Although that looks more like a taxi, but or probably a taxi carriage, but having a private carriage or even 2 means you're pretty wealthy because it costs a lot to maintain a carriage. I read a lot of Jane Austen. Okay. I know. I kind of know my carriages at this point. I say kinda, but yeah. So I'm wondering what that is. Is that one called a four-wheeler, or is it... There we go. Okay, fine. This is supposed to be... These spots are supposed to be the Roman numeral 3, and I guess... This is a 1? I have no idea. That confused me. Anyways, we have 1 perfume bottle left. This annoyed me that it was never like important for us to remove this plate here. I was like, come on, this looks removable. Finally, yes. Oh, this looks good. Very cool. I just realized one of the bottles had chili fruits on it. All right, I think that's everything. So we're done. That was Vermillion Watch 2: Fleshbound. Main game, bonus game, and extra content. Sorry. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching and sharing this game with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for some other adventures, so take care of yourselves, and bye!